Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. We're here to talk about Avengers Infinity War because Avengers Endgame is coming up really soon. So I'm here talking about this movie. What were my favorite parts, favorite characters, all the highlights of this movie, my review about it, all the works. So if you didn't watch the first one, you should. We're in the part where the Guardians of the Galaxy come into the movie now. And last video I didn't get to talk about who are my favorite characters from Guardians of the Galaxy. My favorite characters are, of course, Nebula. She's my number one. The moment I saw Nebula in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, my favorite color is blue. And when I saw her, I was like, oh, damn, okay, you got my attention. And I don't know, just the way she was, her character, and her voice, too. I was just like, all right, I like her. I liked her. She reminded me a little bit of Mystique, but she was more cool. I do love Mystique from X-Men, the live-action X-Men. Mystique before, what's her name? Rebecca something or whatever. The actress is all naked. That came out in the first 3 X-Men movies. I liked her a lot. I think she did a pretty good job playing Mystique in that role. Jennifer Lawrence, I do like her version of it, but I'm not a big fan, not a huge fan, but whatever. That's a whole different discussion. But yeah, back to Nebula. And the more I got to know her, of who her character is, who she is, I started liking her even more because seeing how, her sister Gamora was always praised more by Thanos, and she was just like there, like whatever. And then those discussions about her saying that Gamora would always beat her during their training and some other stuff, I just felt bad for her, and then I just grew closer to the character, and yeah, ever since then I'm just like, I like her even more. I loved her, especially in the second film, because you get to see that when Gamora and Nebula fight again, and towards the end of that fight, Nebula's all like, I beat you, I bested you in combat, and Gamora's like, oh, you're crazy, whatever. And then Nebula tells her, like, all I just wanted was a sister. You always had to win or whatever. The reason why she hates Gamora is because Gamora's the reason why Thanos took. Nebula is the way she is. Half machine, half human, or I don't know. She took out a part of her skull, half of her body, half of her arm. All that was because of Gamora, which really sucks. Because if I was Gamora and I find out, like, the reason why Thanos did that to my sister was because of me, I would feel like shit. Excuse me, just sorry to say, but yeah. So yeah, I just really like Nebula a lot. Second favorite is Mantis. Yeah, I liked Mantis a lot when I saw her for the first time in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Just seeing how she was super sweet and everything, and how when she talks to Drax, like, I am Mantis, and he's all like talking like so mean to her, like, what are you doing? Smiling? I heard that's the best way to get people to like you. And it was like, well, none of you do it like that. And Drax always said so many mean things to her to just put her down. And I love the part where she's like, can I pet your puppy? He's adorable. And Drax is like, yeah. And when she almost got bit by Rocket, and she's just all like, all terrified, and Drax is like laughing. But then she laughs too, like, ah! But the way she laughs is just so adorable. So in that, when I saw her posters, I was like, oh, she looks pretty. I like the way she looks. And then I saw her in the trailers. I was like, oh, cute. I like the way she sounds too. And then when she comes out in that scene talking to Drax and everything, I just fell in love with her even more. I thought she was just so adorable. She's such a sweet character, but she's just so silly as well. She was also one of my favorite characters in Guardians of the Galaxy. They're all my favorite. I like them all. But my favorites are, Mantis and Nebula and Gamora. I like strong females. Mantis, she's strong when she needs to be. She was able to put, what's his name? Ego to sleep when she thought she couldn't. She's like, no, I've only really wants to, in that epic final battle. And she was able to put him to sleep. So I thought that was a good way to show how powerful she truly is. I was just like, damn, that's awesome. So yeah. Yeah. Those two are my favorites. And Gamora too. Well, actually, let me see. I'm lying. I mean, I did like Gamora in the first movie and the second one. But for some reason, after watching this one, I loved her even more. And we'll get to that later on in the film. And they're just hilarious. All those characters are just hilarious. Okay, that part where Star-Lord's all like, alright, Guardians, this could be dangerous, let's put on our mean faces. I'm always keeping an eye on Mantis, okay, because I just said it, she's one of my favorites. So when I was looking at Mantis sitting behind Star-Lord, and after he said, like, let's put on our mean faces, she does like this face run, I was cracking up. I was like one of the only few people that saw that in the theater. I think she's so pretty, Mantis. Especially Gamora. That actress is so beautiful. They're all beautiful. A handsome, muscular. I gotta say, the moment they came, I thought it was like another good balance to add humor into this movie, bringing the Guardians of the Galaxy, because they're all just so hilarious, and I knew like I was hoping like, oh, I hope they still be funny, you know, because like they're directed by the Russo brothers, but no, they did a good job of making them funny. The moment they just start talking is just hilarious. And he gets all jealous at Gamora. I mean, he just gets jealous when he sees Gamora touching Thor's arms, muscles. Now comes my other favorite part was when Star-Lord starts mocking Thor.
Told me that I had an half sister was imprisoned in hell. When she returned home, he stabbed me in the eye, so I had to kill her.
I just love how he gets so jealous, Star-Lord, when he sees Thor getting close to Gamora.
Yes, I mean, it's not a competition, but I've been through a lot. My father killed my mother, and then I had to kill my father, and that was hard. Probably even harder than having to kill a sister. Plus, I came out with both my eyes. What are you doing? Taking a part.
This part.
No, you're not. You're not taking our pod today, sir.
You mocking me?
Are you mocking me? Are you mocking me? Stop it, just do it again. He's trying to copy me. Please do it first.
He's trying to copy me.
You destroyed my ship and slaughtered half my people. The time and mind
Half his people. So Thor just said like he slaughtered half of his people. Thanos slaughtered half of his people. So that means yes, the other half probably went with Valkyrie and the other aliens to a safer place, hopefully. Although we already know Valkyrie's going to come out in the end game, which is exciting because I saw when they were revealing the posters, each character's posters, Valkyrie comes out, and now she comes out, I believe, in the Japanese or Chinese movie poster of the Avengers. So I was just like, okay, cool. We get to see Valkyrie join the fight. So, or I don't know, maybe she might come out for a little role or something. Who knows? I don't know what to expect, but I hope she also has a moment to shine, which I'm pretty sure she will. So now we come across... I forgot to mention, not only is Scarlet Witch one of my favorite Marvel characters, but so is Vision. Getting to know who Vision was in Avengers Age of Ultron and seeing him a little bit more in Avengers Civil War, I really liked his character a lot. I think he's really cool. I think he's a really cool character. Now let me talk about this part. Let me talk about these two characters. I know people were saying that they didn't expect a relationship between, some people were saying they didn't expect a relationship between Scarlet Witch and Vision, or Wanda and Vision. And I was just like, what are you talking about? It was already, I thought the moment, I already saw it coming, because the moment I saw him rescue Wanda, Scarlet Witch, in Avengers Age of Ultron, from that whole island about to fall down to the ocean or whatever. I forgot the name of that floating thing. If you guys haven't seen it, you won't know what I'm talking about, but I hope for some of you who have, you know what I'm talking about. After he rescues Wanda from the whole floating island about to like explode or to be destroyed. I thought like, oh, okay, he saved her life. I thought like, oh, a little hint. And then when I saw how they were together in Civil War, Captain America Civil War, I saw, how they were having a little spark going on when they were in the kitchen cooking, or Vision was cooking something for Wanda. Those little parts got me like, they could be a couple. I felt it too, because I thought like, especially when after they had that epic fight at the airport, Vision goes to Wanda to aid her, like, as I said, catastrophe or something. He said something to her about that. It just shows a lot like he really cares for her. So I already knew like, okay, they're probably gonna build something. And then I remember before I saw Infinity War, Scarlet Witch does mention the actress talked about Scarlet Witch, the character. I saw that video, and then she did mention that Scarlet Witch and Vision are getting into a relationship. So I was like, oh, okay. And I looked more into it, which I shouldn't have, because I saw that they even have a child. They have a relationship together. There's some complications and all that. I thought that was really interesting. So I was like, it's no surprise for me now, even not going through that research about him and Wanda being a couple, this didn't come to me as a surprise. I know to some people they're like, I didn't see it as a surprise. So when it came down towards the very end, when Wanda had to make that difficult choice to kill Vision, a lot of people were like, I didn't find that sad. I'm just like, what are you talking about? I mean, that's how they felt. I mean, sure, some of you also felt the same way. But for me, I thought that was devastating because Wanda's already lost her brother, right? She tries to move on, and then she builds this relationship with Vision, a guy, a machine that falls in love with her, half human, half machine, whatever he is, starts falling in love with her. And I think he's a very respectable half machine, half human thing, whatever he is. I think he's perfect for Wanda. He seems like a type of man that every woman would want. I don't know, because he seems like the type of gentleman that women want. He just seems so respectful, like they would do anything for whoever he loves, especially for, in this case, Wanda. But anyways, so when Wanda had to make that difficult choice to kill Vision in order to destroy that Infinity Stone on his head, I was sad because not only did she lose her brother, it felt like Vision, she loved Vision, and Vision was probably her key to like moving on from her brother, her brother's death. And I just found it sad because having to kill someone you love and finally just having someone in your life, after losing your brother, what are you going to have afterwards? I'm sure you're going to have your friends, but afterwards, if she would have lived, she would have been devastated. You know what I mean? She lost her brother, and now she lost the one thing she loved, I think, ever, actually. I think Vision is probably her first boyfriend. I'm not too sure, but, they've been through a lot together, and so I thought that part was just devastating. But we'll get to that later. We'll discuss more about that later. And it was so weird. I thought, like, why is Vision human in this one? I don't know. I thought that was kind of like, why is he human in this one? Does it have to do with Scarlet Witch's power or something that makes him look human or something? But no, it was just his suit or whatever. It was his own power that made him look human, to hide his identity.
Well, no, I think it works.
I think Scarlet Witch and Vision made a cute couple. I see them both and I just think it's adorable. The reason why I also like Scarlet Witch a lot is because she's just so powerful. I think she kicks ass. I was very excited to see her in Avengers Age of Ultron.
That's true, but the baby going isn't the best idea.
Now that part, when Vision gets attacked, I freaked out. I was like, what the heck is going on? And this fight, it just shows like how ruthless the Dark Order is, because it just shows like nothing is going to stand in their way from getting that stone. And they were tough. And when they show Scarlet Witch fighting against Proxima Midnight, I was like, damn, she's quick, Proxima. I do wish that they could have had Vision fight more. I believe he is capable of doing like powerful things. I think he's very powerful. But I understand he got hurt, so that probably like effed him up. Ouch. And in this movie, Vision was like getting his ass kicked so much. I will say this. When I knew this movie was coming, I already knew like, damn, are they gonna kill Vision? Because he has that Infinity Stone in his forehead and Thanos is looking for the stones. I was already like thinking, oh my god, and Wanda, if she's gonna be in a relationship with him and he dies, how is it gonna be, man? So I was already worried for Vision because all my friends who are familiar with the comic books are like, oh man, I'm just like, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I'd rather watch the movie first and then be surprised myself to see what happens. After that, I'll go through the research or whatever on my own. But I just want to see it for myself. I want to see the movie first. I want to see what happens. I just hope he doesn't die. And if he does, I understand because he has that damn stone in his forehead. So it's bound to happen. And here comes another cool part. When Captain America comes in. He's not one of my favorite characters, but I do like him. I do like his character. I'm not super hyped like how everybody else is like, oh my god, I was just like, yeah, there he is. But he's not one of my favorites. And then when you see Black Widow coming in, I was just like, damn, she kicks so much ass. A lot of people are like, how could Black Widow be super alien beings like these? I'm just like, she's Black Widow, man. I mean, she's been trained to do this her whole life. She's like a top assassin. You'll never get the chance again. I did like that part when their friends, Captain America, Black Widow, and Falcon came in to help Scarlet Witch and Vision because they were just getting their ass beat. But I actually thought Scarlet Witch was gonna have her moment to shine to show like how powerful she is. I thought she was actually gonna take on both of them, Proxima Midnight and what's the other one, Corvus. But nah, the others came in just in time. So I was like, yeah. And it was cool to see them taking the upper hand. It just shows like how well they all work together. And I do believe that they all worked together to beat Thanos. They could have beaten him. By the way, my mom loves Captain America. She's just like, oh, my boyfriend. Oh, so here comes a flashback. We're now in the scene where we see a flashback of Gamora's childhood when her home was being attacked. And Thanos took her in and adopted her, and they killed her mother. I actually thought this was... In the trailer, when I saw, a little sneak preview of a little green hand grabbing Thanos' giant hand, I was like, oh, we're going to see Gamora when she was a child, when she got adopted or something. And I even thought, oh, we're going to see a little baby Nebula or a little Nebula, but we didn't. We just saw Gamora's flashback. But I'm thinking this, we will probably see Nebula's story in Avengers Endgame, since she's one of the main characters now. I'm pretty sure, and I'm hoping we get to see her story because I'm interested in seeing like how did Thanos find her. I really thought Gamora and Nebula are sister, but no, I think they're stepsisters, aren't they?
Pretty, isn't it? Perfectly balanced.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. It's so funny how Thanos sees Gamora and chooses her to be, one of his future top assassins or whatever. So we're now in the part where Gamora's about to tell
If things go wrong,
Peter Quill
Thanos gets me.
to kill her if Thanos gets to her.
I want you to promise me you'll kill me.
What?
I was shocked when she said that to him. I was like, kill her.
I know
No.
something he doesn't. If he finds it out, the entire universe could be at risk.
What do you know?
If I tell you, you'd know too.
Alright. So this is when Gamora and Peter Quill kiss. And a lot of people thought, like, that's so rushed. I'm like, well, some people, of course, some people didn't like that. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? It was rushed. Or they said something else that it was just so soon. I'm like, what are you talking about? I felt like after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, like the ending, that moment, you know, after they went through a friend's death, which is Yandu, that whole ending was so emotional. And when Gamora talks to her sister Nebula, you know, I didn't know Thanos was doing all those things to you. There I was just fighting trying to survive and all this other stuff. Everybody was like admitting their feelings to each other because they never know when their life could end. At any moment it could end. And it's stuff like that, you know, when a family member or a friend passes on, it does make you think, like, you know, our time is short. And it makes us think a lot too. And I'm pretty sure in that part, when Gamora's looking at Quill in that scene in the ending of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Quill looks back at her and he's all like, what? And she mentions something, an unspeakable attraction or something, like, you know, what they talked about in the movie. And he wraps his arm around her, and I thought, okay, yeah, I think they're finally getting close. I mean, there was always that connection. We all knew it. Even Peter Quill knew about it. And Gamora, she would just deny it because how her character is. She was just so close. She keeps her emotion all to herself, I guess, because how she was raised with Thanos and everything. But after that, I think she just started to let her guard down. And I'm pretty sure during the events of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Infinity War, in between that, they just started getting close. And they started going out. They started being in a relationship. And now they kiss. And I was just like, yay, you know, they finally, you know, they're together, finally. What are we going to do? Wait for Guardians of the Galaxy 3? We already know they're going to be a couple. We already know. So, I don't know. A lot of you guys were just like, what the heck? I'm just like, oh, shut up already. Anyways. When Drax was like there watching them. Have you guys ever had that when you're like kissing your partner? I don't like to kiss. Sometimes I just don't like to kiss my partner in front of my friends. I mean, I do sometimes, but not like long kiss. I don't like to do it in front of my friends because I just feel awkward doing it in front of them because they're just there, like, you know, watching or just waiting for us to stop. So I never do that. But I don't know, have you guys ever had that happen to you where you're kissing your partner and your friend's just there, like, you know, just waiting patiently until you guys are done?
Hi, Drax.
I like it when you're just like, I'm so stealthy, I'm invisible to the eye. And then Mantis comes in like, hey Drax, like, just being all sweet as she is. I'm just like, oh my god. So now we're in the part where the Guardians are in nowhere because they were told that Thanos would go there to collect the other stone. I believe it's the Reality Stone. And he's talking to the Collector, which was cool. I'm glad that they added him they got him into the film. I thought they were gonna mention something like, "Oh, they already killed him off. We never get to see him." So it's not for sure if he really did kill off the Collector, or it's not for certain what happened to him. When Drax was already about to make his move on Thanos to attack him, I was just like, oh, I know he's been wanting to get revenge on Thanos for killing his wife and daughter. I was like, he's gonna mess it up. I'm so glad Mantis is just like, sleep. But then he falls and makes that huge heavy noise. I'm just like, oh god. And when Gamora just like goes right in, like, alright, let's talk about that part. When Gamora kills Thanos, I was just like, did she really do it? And I thought that was perfect when she stabs him with the little knife that he gave her when she was little. I was like, ooh, perfect finishing move. But I thought, did he really die? He's bleeding and everything. And I thought that's too soon. And even like Peter Quill was all like, well, that was easy. And then when Gamora starts crying, man, I was like, why is she crying? And I guess because like of all the rage and everything she's had against Thanos for a very long time, I guess it was just all coming out.
That was quick.
I guess it was just a little bit of remorse, like, I did it. I finally did it. But then you find out like, oh, he's not really dead. I was like, damn, that sucks. Then again, I was like, at the same time, that sucks, but at the same time, I was just like, okay, he's still alive, so there's still more Thanos. Because then that would have been the end of the movie, like, oh, that's it. That's how he dies. So when you get to see how the Reality Stone works, it's just like, oh, damn, they really are powerful stones. I like the actor who they chose to do the voice of Thanos. That was so perfect. His voice is just perfect. And that part, when he did that to Drax, I thought he'd like, I was shocked. I thought he was dead. And when he did it to Mantis, I was like, no, Mantis.
I told you to go right.
Now? Really?
You let her go! Ah, the boyfriend. I'm gonna blow that nutsack of a chin right off your face.
Not him. You promised. Promised.
That sucks. When this part happened, I was just like, no. And I
She's asked, hasn't she?
And I could understand why he couldn't do it. He loves her. Same thing with Scarlet Witch and Vision, why she couldn't kill Vision. How could you just kill someone you love? It's hard. You hesitate, because it's like, that's your whole world that you're about to wipe out yourself. Why would you want to do such a thing? And I think in this film, Gamora was more open with her emotions. Ooh. I remember in that part I was just like, no, I don't want to see him shoot her. But then, damn it.
I like him.
Yeah, and then when Drax and Mantis were still alive, I was just like, okay, good, they're not dead. Because when that part happened to them, I was just like, what the heck, are they going to be like that? Or no, it was just temporarily. But yeah, I was like, the more you see how powerful, what each of these stones can do, I was just like, damn, like, it's too, the Avengers like have a very challenging threat ahead of them.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hi, Bruce.
And I'm sure a lot of us we're looking forward to this part where Banner and Black Widow see each other again, because after the events of Age of Ultron, he just left her. And I know they were like getting close. They were already like in a relationship. They wanted to like start something, run away or something. And he just left her. So I thought, wow, that was hurtful. And I like when he's all like, there's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man. And now we're in the part where it takes place in Wakanda now. And they're about to give the Winter Soldier his new badass arm. I gotta say, I really enjoyed the Black Panther movie. I was like, well, since I didn't know that much about the Black Panther character, since we only saw him the first time in Civil War, I was very excited to get to know more about him and his home Wakanda. And after seeing that, I was just like, wow, such a very good film. And I loved how they picked, I don't remember the actress's name. Something. The actress who plays Michonne in The Walking Dead. I'm glad that they chose her to come out in that movie to play, what's her name? Where are you? Come here. This character right here. She was so cool. I was just like, yay! I think she's such a beautiful actress. We're in the part now where Ebony Maw is torturing Doctor Strange by inserting those little diamond crystal needles into his face. It was funny because when I was watching the movie, one of my friend's friend was explaining to me like, oh, those cause pain and everything. I'm just like, I kind of figured that. It was funny, but I thought it was cool that he was explaining to me like, this is what's happening. If you're watching, by the way, thank you for letting me know what were those things.
And now I'm here in space. Yeah, right where I didn't want you to be. You hear me? Don't think about this.
Tony Stark is like Peter Parker's father, man. He's just always trying to look out for him. But I mean, like, why all of a sudden be so protective of him? If you're so protective of him, then why did you recruit him in Civil War to fight against Captain America? You know what I mean? Now I'm thinking about it. Now comes another cool part when they're trying to rescue Doctor Strange from Ebony Maw, and he's about to get sucked out of the spaceship. And then Spider-Man jumps in to save Doctor Strange, and just when they're about to like get sucked out of the spaceship, his iron spider claws come out. I was like, oh, neat.
I'm sorry, I'm confused as to the relationship here. I mean, what is he, your ward?
No. I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. I'm Spider-Man, then.
Shit is self-correcting its course. Things
I think the actor who's playing Spider-Man, I think he's very handsome. And I saw his performance and lip sync or something when he's singing and dancing to Umbrella from Rihanna. I was like, oh my god. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you haven't, check it out. It's most probably on YouTube. It made a lot of hits, and I was laughing, but he's got moves. I was like, damn, he could dance.
So I'm not so sure.
And he looked good with the wig and the outfit he was wearing. It was hilarious, fun to watch, and I think he's really cool. My friend had the honor of meeting him when he came to Houston, Texas. So he was lucky to meet him. I didn't get a chance. I wasn't free to go meet him. I wanted to. I was like, but no, I didn't get a chance to meet Tom Holland.
You have to understand.
Oh, this part.
If it comes to saving you, or the kid, or the time stone, I will not hesitate to let either of you die.
That part. When Stark tells Doctor Strange, we need to go to Titan, Thanos' home, because that way he won't expect it, the surprise attack or whatever. Doctor Strange tells them, like, you're crazy or whatever, but when they agree to it, they're like, fine. But understand this. If it comes to it, between you or the kid or the time stone, I am not going to hesitate to let... What did he say? Hold on, let's watch that again. So yeah, he would not hesitate to let either one of them die, because the universe depends on it. I remember that part. Remember this part too? Because it's going to come out later on. We're going to discuss this part later on in the movie. And I like how now Peter Parker's now an official Avengers. Yay! Now we're in the part where Gamora and Thanos talk in his spaceship. So guys, this is where we're going to have to end the video, but I want to thank you all so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this. We will definitely continue talking more about Avengers Infinity War, about the highlights, the favorite characters, all that good stuff in the next video. So I hope to see you guys there. Don't forget, Avengers Endgame is coming out very, very soon. It's on April 26th. I hope you got your tickets reserved. If you need to rewatch Avengers Infinity War, it's out everywhere in stores, and also it's also on Netflix. So you have Netflix, it's also there as well, so you can rewatch it. So yeah, thank you all so much once again, and I'll see you all hopefully in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.